quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there existed a butcher shop unlike any other. The sign above the entrance read Carnivore's Haven, and its proprietor, Oswald Grimm, was a man of peculiar tastes. Oswald was a tall, wiry figure with sharp features and a perpetual shadow under his piercing eyes. Little did the townsfolk know that behind the polished counters and gleaming display cases, a sinister secret lurked. Carnivore's Haven was celebrated for its exceptional cuts of meat, with locals singing praises about the succulent steaks and tender roasts that Oswald served. The secret ingredient, unbeknownst to all but the proprietor himself, was the source of this exquisite meat. Oswald was a cannibal, carefully selecting his victims from unsuspecting townspeople. Oswald had honed his culinary skills over the years, perfecting the art of preparing human flesh in a way that masked its true origin. He had a meticulous process, ensuring that the cuts were tender, the flavors robust, and the aroma irresistible. To the residents of Ravenswood, Carnivore's Haven was the epitome of fine dining, and its popularity soared. One day, as Oswald was carefully carving a roast in the dimly lit back room of his shop, he overheard hushed whispers from the street outside. A concerned citizen, Mrs. Thompson, had caught wind of the gruesome reality hidden behind the tantalizing facade of Carnivore's Haven. Unable to contain her horror, she gathered her courage and approached the local police, armed with a gut-wrenching tale of cannibalism and murder. Detective Emily Turner, a seasoned investigator with a reputation for solving the town's most baffling cases, was assigned to look into Mrs. Thompson's claims. At first, Emily was skeptical. The idea that a respected butcher could be involved in such heinous acts seemed preposterous. Nevertheless, she couldn't ignore the duty to protect her community. Emily began her investigation discreetly, questioning the townsfolk and keeping a close eye on Oswald's movements. As she delved deeper, unsettling pieces of the puzzle started to fall into place. Missing person reports aligned with Oswald's purchasing habits at the local market, and strange occurrences in the vicinity of Carnivore's Haven raised Emily's suspicions. One night, after hours of surveillance, Emily noticed Oswald acting nervously, glancing over his shoulder as he locked up the butcher shop. Convinced she was onto something, Emily tailed him through the winding streets of Ravenswood. The detective's heart pounded as she watched Oswald disappear into the darkened woods on the outskirts of town. Carefully navigating the shadowy paths, Emily stumbled upon a grisly scene, a secluded clearing where the ground was stained with fresh blood. Horrified, she realized the magnitude of Oswald's crimes. Determined to bring him to justice, she returned to town and prepared to execute a carefully planned raid on Carnivore's Haven. The following evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Emily and a team of officers descended upon Oswald's butcher shop. The flickering lights of the shop dimmed as the police surrounded the building. Oswald, oblivious to the impending threat, continued his macabre work in the back room. The raid unfolded with precision, catching Oswald off guard. The once confident cannibal found himself cornered, his dark secrets laid bare for all to see. As the police secured the premises, Emily confronted Oswald, her eyes filled with a mixture of anger and disgust. "You're under arrest, Grimm," Emily declared, her voice unwavering. "Your reign of terror ends here." Oswald, pale and defeated, offered no resistance. As the townspeople gathered, their shock and disbelief palpable, Emily ensured that justice would prevail. Oswald Grimm, the man who had feasted on the unsuspecting residents of Ravenswood, was led away in handcuffs. The revelation sent shockwaves through the town, and Carnivore's Haven was forever tainted by the gruesome truth. As the legal proceedings unfolded, the community grappled with the horror that had unfolded in their midst. Detective Emily Turner, hailed as a hero, had exposed the monster within, ensuring that Oswald Grimm would face the consequences of his unspeakable crimes. Ravenswood, scarred but resilient, began to heal from the trauma inflicted by the cannibalistic butcher. Carnivore's Haven was shuttered, its doors forever closed, a grim reminder of the darkness that could lurk behind even the most unassuming facades. The town learned a painful lesson about trust and the importance of remaining vigilant in the face of the unknown, a lesson etched into the collective memory of Ravenswood for generations to come.